Okay, in this tutorial we're going to have a look at division of polynomials, okay, which is an important skill to be able to do for our VC mathematical method study. Okay, the first thing we've got to look at though is our factor theorem. Okay, it's an essential first step before we get into how to do the process of our division of polynomials. So the factor theorem is a polynomial px has a factor x take a if and only if p of a equals 0, that is, if a is a root of the polynomial. Okay, so what that means, okay, so we've got some value a that we're subbing into our polynomial that gives us a value of 0. Okay, and that means then that x take that value of a, okay, is a factor of that polynomial. Okay, now we'd never bother looking at division of polynomials or worried about the factor theorem if it's a quadratic, okay, as we've got lots of different ways of solving our quadratics already. Okay, so we use this idea as our first step for our division of polynomials. Okay, and we use division of polynomials when we've got to factorize things like this. Okay, so x cubed plus 3x squared take 13x take 15. Okay, because remember we've looked at a couple of ways already of factorizing cubics or higher ones like quartics as well. Okay, but they're only really specific cases that we looked at. This will work for any of them. Okay, so what we've got to do first though is find this factor. Okay, now the nice thing with our studies at VC is our factors are usually going to be -2, -1, 1 or 2. Okay, occasionally you may have a -3 or 3, okay, but definitely nothing outside of that. Okay, so what we need to do is first look and find a factor. Okay, now the first one you're always going to look at is 1 because it's the easiest. Okay, so we would have 1 plus 3 take 13 take 15. Okay, that's nowhere near 0. But if we look at -1, okay, we get -1 plus 3, okay, plus 13 take 15. It's going to work for us. Okay, it is going to equal 0. Okay, so remember though, we don't go x take 1, okay, because we've got to take away our value. So it's actually x plus 1. Okay, and we want to divide this polynomial by this value. Okay, so we're going x cubed plus 3x squared take 13x, okay, take 15. Okay, so what we need to do to start off with is just worry about this first term and this first term. Ignore this and ignore everything else at the moment. Okay, we go how many times, or how many lots of x go into x cubed? And really we're just ditching a power. So x cubed divided by x is going to be x squared. Okay, now we're going to multiply back around. Okay, so x squared times x is going to be x cubed, and we've got to multiply it by our other terms as well, okay, which is just 1 here. So x squared times 1 is x squared. Okay, then we go bracket, bracket, take away, line underneath, okay, which is incredibly important. Okay, all it does is it helps us to keep things organised and make sure we don't muck up our signs. You'll also notice that I didn't put our answer up here, I put above my x squared here, so I can keep all my x cubes here, all my x squareds here, all my x's, all my coefficients, my constants, sorry, at the end. Okay, so setting out is important. Okay, so we're going bracket, bracket, take away, line underneath. Okay, we go x cubed, take x cubed. Well, it's the same thing, okay, and it should be. Okay, if it's not the same thing, we've mucked something up. Okay, so that's 0. X cubed take x squared gives us 2x squared. Okay, now we bring everything else that we haven't used still down as well. So minus 13x minus 15. Okay, and now it's like a new question. So we go 2x squared divided by x is going to leave us with 2x. Okay, multiply back through. 2x times x is 2x squared, as we expect, and 2x times 1 is 2x. Bracket, bracket, take away, line underneath. 2x squared take 2x squared is 0. Minus 13x take 2x is minus 15x. Okay, we haven't used this minus 15, it's going to come down now. Okay, right, now it's like a new question again. Okay, we've got to do minus 15x divided by our x is going to leave us with minus 15. Okay, minus 15 times x is minus 15x, and minus 15 times 1 is minus 15. Bracket, bracket, take away, line underneath, do our subtraction, minus 15x, take negative 15x is going to be 0, and similarly minus 15, take minus 15 is 0. Okay, and it needs to be 0 because we've said that minus 1 is a factor. Okay, If it wasn't 0, it would mean that we've mucked up, okay, and our number wasn't actually a factor, or we've mucked up our working out here. Okay, you'll see an example later on that we are going to end up with a remainder, okay, but with this we don't want a remainder. Okay, so now we go, okay, so we know that x plus 1 is a factor, okay, and then we've got x squared plus 2x take 15. Go, yay, we're done. Well, not quite. We're actually asked to factorise it, and we haven't actually factorised this. Okay, now it's a quadratic though. We could use any of our other skills. Okay, and this one simply factorises to x plus 5 and x take 3 quite nicely. Some of our others though, you could have to go as far as using the general quadratic equation to be able to solve it. Okay, hopefully you don't have to do that though. Okay, so we've got a couple of other worked examples that we want to look at. Okay, so our next one here, okay, is that we need to factorise 3x cubed take 4x squared plus 1. Okay, that's our next one that we want to factorise. Okay, so again we need to look for a factor. Okay, and this one's quite nice. Okay, we can see if we put 1 in, okay, we're going to get 3 take 4 plus 1 is in fact 0. Okay, so 1 is a factor, which means we're going to change our sign and make it x take 1. Okay, in there. And then then we're going to divide that into 3x squared take 3x cubed, take 4x squared. Now we didn't actually have an x term, but what we need to do is put in 0x plus 1. Now the reason why we do that is just to keep it organised and ordered. If we don't do it, then you're going to see we'd run into some problems. Okay, so it's the same process as what we did before. I'll just fix it up. That's a cube. Okay, is we go 3x cubed divided by x. Well, that's going to leave us with 3x squared. Okay, now we're going to multiply back through again. 3x squared times x is going to give us 3x cubed, which is what we want. 3x squared times negative 1 is negative 3x squared. Bracket, bracket, take away, line underneath. Okay, so remember we do that so we don't muck up our signs. Okay, 3x squared take 3x cubed take 3x cubed is 0. Negative 4x squared take negative 3x squared is going to leave us with negative x squared. Okay, and bring everything else we've got down. Plus 0x plus 1. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. X into negative x squared will leave us with negative x. Okay, multiply back through, we're going to get negative x squared plus x. Okay, when we multiply through, bracket, bracket, take away, line underneath. Okay, negative x squared take negative x squared is 0. Okay, 0x take x is going to be negative x plus 1. Okay, there we go again. X into negative x, okay, switch the colours, will be negative 1. Okay, multiply back through, okay, we're going to get negative x plus 1. Okay, bracket, bracket, take away, line underneath. Negative x take negative x is going to be 0. 1 take 1 is 0. Okay, so for this one, okay, we've got x take 1 and 3x squared take x take 1. Okay, now can we factorise that further? Well, if we look at the discriminant, remember that's b squared take 4ac. Okay, so in this case we've got 1 minus 4 times 3 times minus 1. Okay, we've got 1 plus 12. Okay, so it is equal to 13. So we would be able to factorise this with the general quadratic formula. Okay, but we're not going to worry at the moment. Okay, because it's just going to take us too long to figure that out. But at least you know that's our quick way of testing whether we are going to get any answers or not. Okay, so we won't worry about that. Okay, remember the discriminant is a part under our square root sign, so we're not going to get anything very nice for factorising that. Okay, so what we're going to do though is we're going to keep moving on, okay, and have a look at this last example here. Okay, again, it's a little bit different to our previous ones. We're going to divide, so see we said divide not factorise. Okay, divide 3x to the 4 plus 5x cubed take 5x squared take 5x plus 3 by x squared take 1. Okay, so we've got x squared take 1. Okay, into our 3x to the 4 plus 5x cubed, okay, take 5x squared, take 5x plus 3. Okay. Now again, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this and make it our x squared, take 0x, so plus 0x, take 1, okay, because we're missing that term in here again. Okay, because we're missing it, we're going to put it in. Okay, and you'll see why. Okay, it's just going to make things a lot nicer later on. Okay, so we're going to do how many x, we're going to do 3x to the 4 divided by x squared. Now that's going to leave us with 3x squared. Okay, notice I've put it down here with my x squared still. Okay, so now we're going to multiply back through. We're going to go 3x squared times by x squared is going to give us 3x to the 4. Then 3x squared times 0x is going to give us a 0x cubed. So it's giving us that term that we need to line up here. Okay, and then 3x squared times negative 1 is going to give us negative 3x squared. Okay, so by putting in this 0x, okay, it gives us a term under here and our layout still stays okay. So bracket, bracket, take away line underneath. Okay, 3x4 take 3x to the 4. As we expect, that needs to be 0. Okay, 5x cubed take 0x cubed. Well, that's going to leave us with our 5x cubed. Okay, negative 5x squared take negative 3x squared is going to give us negative 2x squared. Okay, and remember, bring these other terms down. Take 5x plus 3. Okay, then we're going to go again. Okay, we're going to go 5x cubed divided by x squared. Okay, is going to leave us with 5x. Multiply back through. Going to give us our 5x cubed. Okay, plus 0x squared. Okay, and then minus 5x. Bracket, bracket, take away line underneath. Okay, again, 5x cubed, take 5x cubed is 0 as we want. Okay, minus 2x squared, take 0x squared is going to leave us with our minus 2x squared. Okay, minus 5x, take minus 5x is going to leave us with 0x. Okay, plus 3. Okay, so we're almost there. Okay, but we've got to go again. Okay, so we go, how many x squareds into negative 2x squared? Well, that will be minus 2. Okay, multiply back through. Okay, it's going to give us our minus 2x squared. Actually, I should have. Our previous one, we know that was 0. 0x plus 3. Breaking my own rule there. So let's fix that up. Okay, so minus 2 times our x squared gives us our minus 2x squared like we need. Okay, plus 0x. Okay, plus 2. Okay, bracket, bracket, take away line underneath. Okay, 2x squared minus 2x squared, sorry, take 2x squared is our 0. Okay, that's going to be our 0 again, and then 3 take 2 is going to be 1. Okay, so we haven't actually, this time, ended up getting 0 as our answer. So how do we handle this? Okay, well, we know that our answer, because we're divide, so we want this answer up here, okay, is 3x squared plus 5x take 2, okay, plus our 1 divided by x squared take 1. Okay, our original divisor. Okay, and the reason why we do that, you might think that seems a bit odd, but we do it all the time. If we had 4 divided by 3, well, we know that's 1, okay, and we have 1 remainder over 3. Okay, we do it all the time with fractions. Same thing here. Okay, so here's a few different word examples for division of polynomials. Hopefully that'll help you get through some of the questions that you've been set. Okay, but the main thing with this, okay, a few key points, okay, is make sure that you add in terms that are missing, okay, like we had to do over here and here. Okay, keep your layout really good. Okay, do your bracket, bracket, take away, line underneath, and bring these other terms down. Okay, some people try to take a shortcut, work from here and here. Don't do it, just bring it down as like a new question each time. Okay, so hopefully that's enough to get you through the questions.